Russia is not just a country, it is a story of ice and fire, faith and fear, emperors and revolutions. It is a land that rose from scattered tribes to become one of the most powerful empires in history. And yet, in 1917, that same empire collapsed almost overnight. This is the epic history of Russia, from the arrival of Rurik to the storm of the Russian Revolution. The story begins in the 9th century. Eastern Europe was home to Slavic tribes, divided and constantly at war. According to legend, these tribes invited a Viking warrior named Rurik to rule them and bring order. In 862 AD, Rurik established control over Novgorod, laying the foundation of the Rurikid dynasty. From this moment, the roots of the Russian state were planted. After Rurik's death, his successors expanded southward. The center of power shifted to Kiev, giving birth to Kievan Rus, the first great Russian state. Kievan Rus grew wealthy through trade routes connecting Scandinavia to the Byzantine Empire. Its greatest ruler, Prince Vladimir the Great, made a decision that would shape Russia forever. In 988 AD, Vladimir converted to Eastern Orthodox Christianity. This tied Russia culturally and spiritually to Byzantium, shaping Russian identity, art, and politics for centuries. Kievan Rus reached its peak under Yaroslav the Wise, but unity did not last. After his death, internal divisions weakened the state. Then came disaster. In the 13th century, the Mongols invaded. Led by the descendants of Genghis Khan, they destroyed Kiev and crushed Russian lands. For nearly 250 years, Russian princes lived under the Mongol yoke, a period known as the Mongol yoke. This era left deep scars, but also reshaped Russia's political culture, strengthening centralized authority and obedience to power. Out of this chaos, a new center rose: Moscow. The princes of Moscow gained favor with the Mongols and gradually increased their influence. The most important figure was Ivan III, also known as Ivan the Great. In the late 15th century, Ivan III defeated Mongol control and declared Moscow the heart of a new Russian state. He adopted the title Tsar, claiming Russia as the successor to the fallen Byzantine Empire, the Third Rome. Russia was reborn. His grandson, Ivan IV, would become one of the most infamous rulers in history, Ivan the Terrible. Crowned Tsar in 1547, Ivan expanded Russian territory dramatically, but paranoia consumed him. He created the Oprechina, a reign of terror marked by mass executions, torture, and fear. Thousands died under his rule. Yet, despite his cruelty, Ivan laid the foundations of a centralized Russian autocracy. After Ivan's death, Russia fell into chaos once again, a period known as the Time of Troubles. Famine, civil war, and foreign invasion nearly destroyed the country. Order was finally restored in 1613 when Mikhail Romanov was crowned Tsar. Thus began the Romanov dynasty, which would rule Russia for over 300 years. One Romanov would change Russia forever: Peter the Great. Ascending to power in the late 17th century, Peter believed Russia was backward and isolated. He traveled secretly to Europe, studied shipbuilding, science, and military tactics, and returned determined to modernize his country. Peter built a powerful navy, reformed the army, and forced Western customs upon the nobility. He founded a new capital, St. Petersburg, a city built on ambition and sacrifice. Under Peter, Russia became a European great power. In the 18th century, another powerful ruler emerged, Catherine the Great. Though German by birth, she became one of Russia's most effective rulers. Catherine expanded Russian territory, strengthened the empire, and promoted culture and education. However, her reign also deepened the suffering of peasants and strengthened serfdom. Russia was growing stronger, but more unequal. By the 19th century, Russia was a vast empire stretching across Europe and Asia. But beneath its power lay serious problems. Most Russians were poor peasants tied to the land. Industrialization was slow. Political freedom did not exist. The Napoleonic invasion of 1812 tested Russia's strength. Though Moscow burned, Russia survived, proving its resilience. But survival did not mean progress. In 1861, Tsar Alexander II abolished serfdom, freeing millions. It was a historic reform, but not enough. Economic hardship, political repression, and growing revolutionary ideas spread across Russia. In 1905, after defeat in the Russo-Japanese War, massive protests erupted. The Tsar was forced to allow limited reforms, but real power remained unchanged. Then came World War I. Russia entered the war unprepared. Millions died. The economy collapsed. Food shortages spread. Faith in the monarchy vanished. In 1917, the unthinkable happened. The people rose. The February Revolution forced Tsar Nicholas II, the last Romanov, to abdicate. Centuries of Tsarist rule ended. Later that year, the October Revolution, led by Vladimir Lenin and the Bolsheviks, seized power. Russia plunged into civil war, but the old empire was gone forever. From Viking rulers to Orthodox faith, from Mongol domination to imperial glory, Russia's history is a story of survival and transformation. Empires rose, dynasties fell, and in 1917, the world watched as one of history's greatest empires collapsed, giving birth to a new revolutionary era. This was not the end of Russian history. It was only the beginning of a new chapter.